Hey guys, I'm Alicia Zinker and I am part of Team Arise with Rose. And also, I am building my own team, the Fit Farm Wife Empire. And I wanted to talk to you today about inviting. For me, this is a really crucial part of this business just because I almost quit my business because I wasn't doing this step. And I know it is one of the vital behaviors, and it is so important to be inviting and take that step. I know it's really hard and it's really intimidating to be talking to people and reaching out to people, but it's something that we as coaches have to do. Um, for me, like I said, I was not inviting even though I thought I was. Just posting challenge group invites to your Facebook page or to your personal page isn't inviting. People are going to get tired of that and you're going to become old news, and it's not going to work. You need to be actively reaching out and building relationships. So you might be asking, how do I build relationships? How do I get there? How do I do that? I am scared. I have no idea. The first thing is, like I said, is to build relationships. You want people's trust over their transaction. So you got to put yourself in their shoes, and you got to build that relationship first before they can trust you, before they feel confident enough in what you're doing to want to do it too. So basically, send out a message to any new friends that you've added via your like page, just via mutual friends. And just say, hey girl, how's it going? How are you? Maybe if they have, a profile picture of their engagement or wedding pictures, that's always a good conversation starter for me. I would just say, hey girl, how's it going? How are you? I really like your wedding pictures. When was your big day? You look gorgeous. And for me, coming from a farm background, I would say, oh, do you farm? Does your husband farm? Do you come from a rural background? And then I would just say a little bit about me. I am, a farm wife, and we farm and ranch in South Central North Dakota. I also work off the farm as a drafter and designer at a local lumber company. And then I always end it with saying thank you for liking my page or liking my post. It means a lot. I really appreciate it. I love to inspire people by living a healthy lifestyle myself. And then typically they'll always comment back with something saying like, thanks, you're so inspiring. I appreciate you reaching out to me. And then it'll start the conversation with like either their wedding or, how their wedding planning has been going, or if they farm or ranch themselves. So you got to find, before you can reach out to people, you kind of have to find a common denominator of what you can talk about. Obviously, I am not a mom, so it's harder for me to talk to moms for some reason. Obviously, it's not like that big of a deal, but I'm not a mom, so I don't really have that common denominator with other moms that, like being up all night with a newborn or, crazy toddler years. I don't have that in my life yet. So it's harder for me to connect with them. It's easier for me to connect with people who are getting married or maybe just got married not that long ago. I'll be married 3 years this summer, so I'm still kind of a newlywed-ish yet. Or traveling. I love to travel. Anything farm related also is really easy for me to connect with people. Fitness, kind of, if they're already look like they're like a CrossFit junkie, or those are usually pretty easy to message. So just try to find something, and it's amazing what you can find out from looking at a person's Facebook profile. Just kind of scroll through their page, look through some of their pictures before you message them, so that way you know what to talk about. You don't want to be, oh, your family is so cute, but maybe they just were recently divorced, or maybe they, it's maybe not their kid, maybe they're an aunt or something. So make sure you know them before you start talking to them, and kind of get to know their background from what they post on Facebook. Maybe they like certain things, so you can talk about that. Maybe they like country music, so you could talk about that. Or maybe you saw that they recently went to a concert. You could talk about that. build that relationship. And then typically about a week later, if I have a challenge group coming up, I'll message these same people back and then invite them to that challenge group, or invite them, talk to them about coaching, or bring it up. And typically one thing I always like to do is bring up coaching or a challenge group whenever possible, whenever you're posting on Facebook. So maybe you are posting a workout selfie and you're like, oh man, I was not motivated today, but my challengers are rocking it and they motivated me to press play today. So I really encourage you to always include a little snippet or a little nugget about your challenge groups or about coaching. Maybe you're spending the day working at home. Maybe you work full time, but you're working at home on the weekend. And so it's kind of awesome to post something that, hey, I'm working from home today, building my team, building my business, hashtag girl boss. So it's always fun to include something like that because it makes people more aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it. So I hope this helps. I'd also like for you to comment below about 25 people who you think that could benefit from this business or a challenge group. So comment below or tell Rose or write it on your, in a notebook or your journal about 25 people who you could invite to the business, and maybe even 25 people that you could invite to a challenge group that could benefit from it. And a lot of people from my past experience have wanted to do a challenge group first before they become a coach. So typically that is a good way to go about it. But if you have close friends and family that, would be interested in being a coach too with you and jumping right in, those would be great places to start. Alrighty, I hope you guys have a great day.